Welcome! 6 tips for interpreting the North Node, which is a point in your natal chart that indicates your path and purpose in this life. Identify your North Node sign. Any planets that are in the same sign are a part of your destiny, and any planets that are in the same sign will increase over time. Embody the energy of those planets for the greatest effect. Let's say that your North Node is in the sign of Virgo, and let's say that you also have Mars in Virgo. Then you are meant to become more Mars-like. You are meant to actually learn to embrace action more, to be just ravenous in your appetite for health and for learning and for all of the Virgo things. And you are learning to take action, get things done. Whatever planet of the 7 traditional planets, if you have any one of those planets in the same sign as your North Node, lean into the energy of that planet, learn the significations of that planet, and that will help you achieve your destiny. On a similar vein, identify the sign of your South Node. Now, this is the sign that's opposite to your North Node. Any planets that are in the same sign as your South Node will decrease over time. This is something we need to accept. So let's say, for example, that you have Venus conjunct the South Node. As you age, you may experience less fulfillment in art. You may have less luck in money. You may have less luck in relationships. And I know that isn't anything that we want to hear, but it's important to accept that there will be a decreasing in any planets conjunct the South Node. Now, the high side of this is if you have a problematic planet in the same sign as the South Node, let's say Saturn's there or Mars is there, the hardship that you face early in life will actually diminish as you get older, which is amazing. So it can really go either way. Identify the ruling planet of the sign of your North Node. And there'll be a chart on the screen now to show the ruling planet of your North Node sign. Look to the position of the ruling planet by sign and house, and that will give you a clue about how to go about achieving your purpose. For example, my North Node is in the sign of Pisces, and it is in the 7th house. The ruling planet of my Pisces North Node is Jupiter, which is up there in the 10th house in the sign of Gemini. I am actually a psychic advisor, and I work one-on-one with individuals to help them spiritually discern their path and improve their relationship. So it's very Pisces in the 7th house. But I also know that it's part of my purpose to help open minds and share ideas and spark curiosity in the eyes of the public. And so I make videos like this as someone with Jupiter in the 10th house should. Consider using whole sign houses. I have found the whole sign house system to be the most accurate in predicting the present and the future, and I highly recommend that you check it out. Linked in the description will be the extended chart selection tool, where you can select your chart under house system, select whole sign houses. Particularly if you've been working toward your North Node and you're not getting a lot of results or it doesn't fully resonate, switch to whole sign houses and begin investing time and energy into the house topics indicated by the house placement of your natal North Node. The house system that you use may change the house in which your North Node falls. That brings us to point number 5. Consider that the sign of your North Node is not the most important factor. Why? The sign of the North Node is a generational aspect. Anybody who's born within 6 to 8 months before you and 6 to 8 months after you, depending on your specific birthday, is going to have the same North Node sign. And you are well aware that your lessons are not identical to your best friend or your spouse or other people around the similar age. Everyone seems to have their own path, so what is that all about? Although there are similar themes and generations, and those are indicated by the North Node sign, the specific destiny and how that is achieved is going to be based on the house topics for which that sign falls. You may have North Node in Libra, and you may have been born at a time where that falls in your second house. Your best friend could also have North Node in Libra, and her North Node may fall in the third house. Your lessons are going to be totally different. With a second house Libra North Node, you are here to maybe create a business, to build wealth, to learn to make money, and to embrace material life, and hopefully purchase a variety of really beautiful things and find a great deal of value and luxury Libra in the second house. Now, your very best friend is Libra in the third house. This person is here to perhaps improve the relationship with their siblings, but certainly to learn to open their mind and to get away from lectures and highfalutin ideas and start to learn to engage and make small talk in order to build light and airy connections with everyday people. They're here to text and socialize and go on little journeys and embrace their neighborhood, and it's totally different. In order to accurately interpret what you're here to learn, it's important to invest time and energy into the house topics of your North Node. It's a really good idea to consider looking at the house indicated by whole sign houses. Consider the age and station of the individual. There is like this critical period for the implementation of the North Node, and it generally falls between the first and second Saturn return. So there's like this Goldilocks zone, this critical period from about age 30 to about age 60, whereby an individual can benefit a great deal by focusing on their North Node. However, if you take a child, say the person's 16, and you try to help them to achieve their North Node, they are probably going to be disgusted by the ideas, and you might also pull them off their path, because before the Saturn return, often we are actually meant to work on the themes related to our South Node. And I have found if the person is past their second Saturn return and you push them more to their North Node, it can depend on each individual, but sometimes they actually overdo it. This is sort of like the dragon's head idea of Vedic astrology. Like they've already leaned into their North Node a lot, and if you encourage them more and more toward the North Node, they may overdo the North Node. But if an individual is between about, say, around age 30 up to around age 60, focusing on the North Node can be very beneficial. And you also need to think about what is possible for that individual at their age, but also based on their gender, on their culture, and on their life circumstances. So think about that Libra North Node in the second house. And maybe they live in India, and maybe they're going to, in their life, work toward having a food cart that is on the street, and they're going to sell fresh baked bread, and maybe the ultimate manifestation for that person is to be able to get a new mattress for a family home. Maybe someone else has this same North Node and they're in Dubai and they were born into this family of tremendous wealth, and they are actually going to create and build the biggest hotel in the entire world, and it's going to have gold walls, pearl ceilings, and it's just going to be crazy. You really have to think like, okay, what is appropriate based on the age, gender, culture, and station of this individual. if we are incorporating the energy of our North Node in some way in our life, it's really going to magnetize us to our path and purpose. I want to thank you all for watching today. I hope you learned something in today's video that helps you better understand your own purpose or the path and purpose of your clients, your friends, and your family members. If you enjoyed today's video, please come back for more very soon. Thank you for watching. Many blessings and namaste. Bye. Have a great day.